Welcome back to another episode. This is my weekly series where I take a quick look at some stocks I'm looking to purchase this week. Like always, I'm going to come in here with 4 stocks that are looking very attractive to me right now in forms of market, in forms of prices. I'm going to give a quick explanation of each. If this is your first time here, guys, make sure to hit the thumbs up, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and let's get started with today's episode. Actually, if you also want to get 10 free stock picks right now, check on the pinned comments. I'll do a little bit more explanation of that in a bit. But the first stock we're going to take a quick look at is Roku. Right now on Friday, it ended at 3.78% down. So it's definitely seen better days. We can see from its 52-week high, the stock is down about 32.87%. And if you guys want to know what stocks I finally decide, I posted on my Discord channel almost at real time, about a minute after I purchased. But we can see Roku is down about 32.87% from its 52-week high. A major impact right now is earlier on September 24th of 2021, there was an analyst that downgraded the price target to Roku down to $350 from $488. So that definitely kind of brings some form of bearish sentiment towards the stock price at the moment. But if we're going to take a quick look at their most recent earnings and fundamentals, you're going to see why I'm super excited about Roku right now. In their most recent earnings, they reported active accounts grew 28% year over year. Streaming hours, even though things are opening back up compared to the same time last year, they're up 19%. And average revenue per user is also up 46%. They also showed that TV viewing hours for second quarter of 2021 year over year change for Roku was up 19% compared to TV streaming platforms were down on average -2%, and for traditional TV it was down 19%. So Roku is showing the strength that, hey, people are still watching streaming content. Roku is a great place for content distribution, right? It doesn't matter which streaming platform does well. They have a lot of advertisement business, but they're also working on originals. And the Roku channel, which is their original series, has shown record numbers of unique accounts streaming the Roku channel. And the top 10 watch programs on the Roku channel were all originals. So this company definitely has huge growth. But not only this past quarter, right? If we take a look at historically, like I mentioned, most recent quarter grew 81%. The quarter before that, 79. The one before that, 58, 73, 42, 55. So for the past 6 quarters, this has been a growth machine. Not only that, if you take a quick look at margins, trailing 12 months, gross margins have been improving, a nice uptrend, and profit margins at trailing 12 months have also been increasing, and it's not profitable when taking a look at trailing 12 months. So overall, this company has strong fundamentals, plenty of cash, about $2 billion in cash and cash equivalents, and about $420 million in non-current debt. So this company has plenty of cash at hand, it's growing at crazy levels, it is profitable, and more importantly, it is positive in operating cash flow margins, and it is improving when taking a look at trailing 12 months. So look at this nice trend here. So for me, Roku is definitely on the list. The second stock I want to take a quick look at is one I've actually been talking about lately, one I'm super excited and one I'm actually building a nice position in, and this is Draftkings. But before we do that, guys, let's take a quick listen to today's sponsor. Do you want 10 free stock picks right now? Well, if you do, let's take a quick listen to today's sponsor, a great reason why I'm able to provide so much content to you guys for free. I want to thank The Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Motley Fool is a company that provides investing insight and stock recommendations for investors of all skill sets and risk levels. You all know how much I love researching new stocks and trying to find the next best investment. So I'm proud to partner with The Motley Fool to bring you 10 free stock picks from their popular product, Stock Advisor. Stock Advisor has beat the market by more than 4x. Go to fool.com/Jose to get your free 10 stock picks now. So DraftKings right now is traded under the NASDAQ as ticker DKNG. Right now sitting at $51.33. We can see from its 52-week high, the stock is down about 28.6%, almost 28.7%, sitting at a market cap of $20.7 billion. This past week, I actually did an episode on DraftKings, and the big news is this company has kind of entertained an offer has made an offer to purchase Entain for $22 billion in forms of stocks and some cash. The main thing is this is a huge deal, right? $22 billion. Right now, the company's market cap is $20.7 billion. So this is pretty much if the acquisition goes through. I talk a little bit more in that episode. Make sure to feel free to watch that episode. But it would almost double the size. So right now, Draftkings, one of my favorite things is not only am I bullish in the overall sports betting is still growing in numerous states, online betting as well, the iGamification, online casino, but Draftkings is doing something a bit different. They're also kind of getting into the digital collectible market, and they're also getting into the content creation market, which is kind of creating this kind of ultimate flywheel of acquiring new customers, and with those new customers kind of being able to cross-sell platforms. Etain is more of a It's a huge competitor internationally, for example, and they do similar stuff: iGamification, online sportsbook, online gambling. But they're also focusing on growth for the company in similar ways that Draftkings is. They're focusing on creating more content creation in forms of VR and AR. They're also doing more types of sports and betting media, video, audio, and free-to-play games. So Etain is one that I believe is a bit also innovative in the way to acquire more customers like Draftkings, and it's got me pretty excited. Unfortunately, some investors are not happy, which is why we saw that stock price go down. I believe this is giving me a buying opportunity at the moment. So Draftkings, definitely. Draftkings is one that I'm very likely to buy this week. The third stock is another one of my favorites right now, one that I'm really building up a position in, and this is Paysafe. Right now sitting at $8.08. This is one that's definitely taking a huge hit. We can see from its 52-week high, the stock is down about 58%. And like I say, I'm more of a dollar cost average, and this is the reason why. I mean, we can see in the past month, it kind of continues to go down. I don't know when I'm gonna catch the bottom, right? I don't think I'm ever gonna catch the bottom, but I'm definitely going to average out to a nice position, in my opinion. I do believe this is sitting at very attractive levels. I am going to say I do have a position in all 4 stocks I want to buy this week, and that's because all 4 I believe are super attractive. And I think Paysafe is the only one I'm actually down. Roku has already been a multi-bagger for me. Draftkings is a multi-bagger for me. Shopify is it's a nice percentage. I believe the next one we're going to take a look at, Shopify, is one that's definitely a winner for me. Not a multi-bagger for me like Draftkings or like Roku. Paysafe is the only one for a loss, right? So I don't want to make it seem like I'm just excited because they are my stocks. I'm really excited for the stocks, for the market that they're in. So like I mentioned, Paysafe sitting at $8. I believe volatility can continue. These stock prices can continue to go down. But Paysafe, what I really like is they're also really, for those not familiar with Paysafe, they kind of have 2 markets that I'm super excited. First, they have more of a e-cash solutions, and this is something that a lot of places around the world still not doing strong with, like digital wallets, with like banking, with like credit cards, but they need a way to pay stuff online. So they kind of go through stores and kind of purchase more like vouchers where they pay cash, and now they're able to use these vouchers as pretty much an online card, for example. So this is eCash Solutions. They're expanding into numerous parts in the world: Europe, South America, Latin America, right? So there is obviously huge competition, but I definitely see Paysafe making numerous acquisitions to really grow this market. The second thing is they're really focusing in more payment platforms, and here's more in the gaming world. It's also in the casino, iGamification, sports betting. So I'm super bullish in both those markets, and we can see in September 15th of 2021, Paysafe appoints a lead in SAC as the lead of its North America iGaming business. And here we can see Paysafe kind of partners up with people with a Dutch bank to kind of improve or accelerate its eCash solutions. And Paysafe kind of expands partnerships with, for example, Betfred USA Sports. Again, so the overall markets that they're seeing, I'm seeing huge growth, and I'm very bullish. So now for the final company, this is a big company. This is going to be Shopify. I think it's the biggest one out of all of them, sitting at a market cap of $180 billion, sitting at $1,444. That's a pretty interesting number, but we can see from its 52-week high, the stock is down about 12.13%. Not much of a correction. For me, Shopify, this is more of a dollar cost average moment right now. This is not a time I would go in with a heavy position. Shopify, for those that are not familiar, this is pretty much a one-stop shop. Get it? Shopify. For anybody who's trying to make an online store, try to kind of convert their kind of brick and mortar store to more of an online store where you can kind of integrate into different platforms, into different social medias, into different applications. And they do stuff like payments, like capital, marketing, analytics, apps, inventory fulfillment, order management, and shipping. So this is really the one-stop shop you need. One great thing is this company is, again, also growing at crazy levels. Their most recent earnings, they saw 57% year-over-year growth. One of my favorite things about Shopify is they continue to give new, I want to say, solutions to their customers. So if you are a Shopify seller, right here we can see on September 21st, Roku is planning on rolling out apps supporting Shopify merchants the ability to kind of do advertisement campaigns on Roku and be able to measure what type of advertisement they need. Great move. Again, I mentioned Roku earlier on. This partnership with Shopify, I think it's not something crazy, but it just shows how both these companies are super strong and they're willing to work with each other. Another one is Shopify earlier in August kind of teamed up with TikTok to let users shop from their TikTok applications. So we can see Shopify continues to bring new solutions to their customers, and that's why I believe this is going to maintain a strong leader. Now let me just take a quick look at, for example, technicals. I'm not a huge I don't use technicals to determine if I buy or sell. It's more of just how much or some type of risk, right? Technicals are the last things I look at, and that's why we're looking at it last. But Roku right now sitting at very attractive levels in my opinion, so I really like it at these price points. Shopify, like I mentioned, to me Shopify is more of a dollar cost averaging moment, not a time to go in. Paysafe, on the other hand, I'm really liking Paysafe at these levels in these low 8s. This is when I really want to build up my position of Paysafe. Draftkings a bit overextended. I'm liking the price point. I would like it a little bit cheaper. I think 42s would be my favorite, like in the low 40s, in the mid 40s. Right now it's maybe a little bit more than dollar cost averaging. But these are the 4 stocks I'm planning on buying this week. Remember, if you want to see what 4 which ones I decide, I believe there are 2. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go with Draftkings and Paysafe at least. I don't know if I'm gonna. I don't know which ones of the other 2 I might pick, or if I might just go all 4. But definitely join the Discord channel. I post all my purchases there, and that will be on Thursday or Friday. So take care, guys. Have a good night, and see you next time.